Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III here with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. I hope you're having a great day today, and I appreciate you joining me. For those of you, this is your first time, listen, I'd love for you to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't ever miss an episode. But the reason I do the Daily Mastermind is so that you have that consistent presence that will allow you to help create that mental discipline, that consistency, and really stay focused on what's important and what is going to help you to create your best life ever. I mean, I constantly say it, and I truly believe it, that it's never too late to start living the life that you're meant to live. You may be feeling like, you're getting older, you may be young, you may be crushing it in business, you may be struggling, but the bottom line is this: no matter where you are in your life, you can always make a decision to immediately start going the direction that you'd like to go. The biggest challenge and the biggest thing that I believe sets people back in their life and their mindset and their attitude, emotions, relationships, communication, and everything is that they're traveling a path they don't want to be on. They're traveling a path that doesn't make them happy, that doesn't give them purpose, that doesn't give them passion. And listen, I am not one of those guys that feels like you should go out and just find your purpose and your passion. I think you have to live a life and you will find that, but you have to be intentional with your choices. You have to be intentional with your life. And at the end of the day, I feel like one of my favorite quotes is by Jim Rohn. And the quote, I'll probably paraphrase it a little bit here, but he says, we all have two choices. We can make a living or we can design a life. We can make a living or we can design a life. How many of you feel like you're just making a living? You're just getting by. You're just doing everything on a day-to-day. You're reacting to everything that comes up. You're constantly going through the motions based on things that are required of you, the responsibilities you have, the circumstances you have, the opportunities that just have come your way. And then how many of you are actually living a path that you've set in motion? Maybe you don't have all the answers, maybe you don't have the exact blueprint, but you are moving towards a goal, a vision of where you want your life to be. That's what we're talking about. Which path are you on? Because so many of us have been told our whole lives that if you can do certain things, like you've heard, do today what most won't so you can live tomorrow like most can't, right? But what I've found over time and through my experience working with some of the greatest thought leaders and experts in the world, very, very successful people, is that you have to start that path and enjoy the process. You have to understand that happiness is about the way. It's not getting to a place. It's not getting to a point. And the only way you can really do that, even if you don't have all the answers, is to start to design a life. You have to decide, you got to decide that you are going to be the one creating the blueprint for your life, that you are going to go down a path that you love, that you enjoy doing, that you can create balance. And listen, let's talk for just a quick second about balance. Balance, in my opinion, is not creating equal balance in every area of your life. But I do believe balance is constantly being focused on all areas of your life. Now, I don't mean with your time and with your energy. I just mean you can't let certain areas drop completely out of the equation and think the other areas are going to go well. I mean, I for a lot of my professional career, I thought I could work really hard at my job and eventually I'd have the time and money to be able to do more with, family or relationships or lifestyle. But what I found is that, or maybe you're one of those individuals that you're so busy right now, you're like, look, I can't get to the physical fitness, mental fitness, personal development, but I will as soon as I've got this project handled or that project handled. And what I'm a big believer in is, as long as you stay focused and have goals kind of in all those areas, there are seasons that you have to double down in certain areas and cut back in others. But you never let go of those other areas. And I'll give you an example of this. Your mental and physical fitness is absolutely going to impact your business, your relationships, your communication. And if you don't spend time taking care of your body and your mind and your spirit, you're going to struggle in these other areas. And we all think it takes a lot of effort and energy, but it doesn't. It really boils down to your daily rituals. If you can check those boxes on a day-to-day basis with your mindset, with getting up and moving a little bit, with eating the right foods, you're going to put yourself in a place where you can be much more productive in your life. And I was having a conversation with this about my trainer today, my personal trainer at the gym. I go into a private gym. I do it mostly for the fitness, but I also feel like it gives me a lot of the mindset, because he talks a lot about the idea that your mental game is what's going to empower you in the gym, and vice versa. And so it's very important that you learn to set balance in your objectives of what you want to accomplish in your life, in your mental, physical, spiritual, in your business, your money, your family, and your relationships, and then create a lifestyle. One of the reasons why I highlight on Fridays more lifestyle, so the Daily Mastermind is designed to kind of give you this format so that on Monday we can hit mind, Tuesday we can hit money, Wednesday we can hit body and motivation for the midweek, and then Thursday we hit business, and Friday we hit lifestyle. Mind, money, business, and lifestyle. And I do that so that you can touch on each of those areas every single week, so that you don't forget and you stay focused. And so a lot of you are saying, well, what can I do to start creating my life? I'm stuck in these circumstances. I have this job, whatever it is. And I'm a big believer that you have to get out from under your circumstances. You have to make a decision. And the best way to do that is to identify your unique talent. Identify the thing you love doing and you're passionate about, and find ways to incorporate that into your life, both for opportunity and fulfillment. Because you got to remember that old saying, you get paid for the value you bring to the marketplace, not your hours. And if you've been in that mindset where you're getting paid for your hours right now, you will never get to a place not only where you'll have super success, but where you will get the fulfillment and respect and return on your time. We talked yesterday about time. The best way to get a better return on your time is to get paid for your value or the results that you bring to the marketplace, not your hours. And so you've got to identify what it is that you feel you bring to the marketplace. And I promise you, we all have unique abilities, unique talents. We're all unique, and we all have something. You have something that you're passionate about, something that you love doing. Maybe you've forgotten that because you've been grinding so hard. But there are things that you love doing, and if you don't know what that is, you need to get out and just start experiencing more, going to events, being part of masterminds, listening to podcasts and audios, talking to new people. You'll find things that you're passionate about, and you can slowly turn those into an area that you can double down on so that you can get paid for the value you bring because of your passion in those areas. But remember this. One of my mentors, a guy I worked with quite a long time, T. Harv Eker, used to always say, you can have reasons or you can have results, but you can't have both. If you want to get results in your life, you've got to stop making excuses. You've got to stop saying, I have circumstances. There's a certain time. I'm waiting for this. I don't have the plan. I've had a rough deal. I'm overwhelmed. I'm a single parent. I don't have any money. I'm heavily in debt. Like, you've got to stop with those. Trust me when I say, no matter where you're at, there are people that are in a worse position than you. And if you recognize and you're grateful for what you do have, when you don't have what you want, you're going to get more of what you want. And so remember, you can have reasons or you can have results. You can have excuses, you can have a return on your time, but you can't have both. So if you want results, shift your focus into getting paid what your value is. And keep this in mind. I've said this before, and it's pretty important. If you could just stop a second and think about it. If you say, yeah, okay, George, I'm ready to go. I want to get focused on what I'm doing. I'm doing my daily routine, my daily rituals. I'm doing things that I really love and enjoy doing. And I'm focused on what's important. And listen to me carefully, if your actions don't back up your words, if your actions don't reflect what you say you believe and you say you want, then it's doubtful that you really believe it. It's doubtful that you really want it. So if you say you want to create a life, you say this, you say that, you believe a certain way, and your actions aren't backing it up, then maybe it's time that you work on your beliefs. Maybe it's time you work on your actual productivity and actions. Because if your actions and your follow-through are not reflecting what you say you want to do, then there's a disconnect. You need to figure out what that is. Maybe you don't truly enjoy what you're doing. Maybe it is that you don't believe you have the abilities, the confidence, the self-esteem, and you have doubts. Well, you better figure out what it's going to take to build those back up, because that's so important for you to be productive. Don't just keep beating your head against the wall. But I'll tell you, sometimes the best motivation is to avoid pain. Sometimes we do things to avoid pain more than we do chasing a reward. And remember that very simple principle that the pain of discipline The pain of discipline is far less than the pain of regret. The pain of discipline is far less than the pain of regret. Don't live your life looking back with regret. Don't live your life worried about the discipline when you're going to someday find out that the regret overwhelms you. And here's the thing, I truly, truly believe that if you'll focus on thoughts like that, that you will act, that you will make a difference, that you will do the things you need to do because you're thinking about it, because you're focused on it. That's the whole reason behind the Daily Mastermind. So anyway, I hope you enjoy that. I hope you have some thoughts from what I talked about today. Make sure that you are consciously and intentionally designing a life, not just making a living. Let's design a life that you were meant to live, one that you enjoy, that you every day of the week feel like whether or not you're at your goal, you're enjoying the process. And I think enjoying the process will help you to be focused in the moment. And that's something that'll help you go to the next level. That's my message for today. Do me a favor and share this show. Just share the show. Maybe tag me if you'd like in your stories. Tag me at the Daily Mastermind for Facebook or Instagram because I'd love to see. I'd love to be able to interact. I'd love to see what you're working on, what I could do to help you as well. Always feel free and comfortable to hit me up. And I look forward to talking with you more tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit about midweek. And I hope you have an amazing day. We'll talk with you soon.